Hi everyone, welcome to the online training session on Selenium from Techcanvass. Myself, Kanika Kucheria, will be your trainer for Selenium course. This is the first introductory session on Selenium. The agenda of this session will be, we will learn about what is automation testing, why it is needed, then what is Selenium, its features, the advantages of Selenium. We'll also learn about the Selenium suite components, Webdriver, the basic terminologies of Selenium, and what's new in Selenium 3.0. So before we jump on Selenium, let's cover some basic concepts of automation testing. Software testing is a process to identify bugs or defects in the software. Let's understand this by an example. We have a login page with fields like username, password, and a submit button. So the basic testing scenarios for this web page will be like, we'll check for the labels, whether they are correctly written or not. Validation is implemented correctly, like null checks, etc. Submit button is clickable, and so on. So this process is called as software testing. If we do these steps manually, then it is called manual testing. And if we have some scripts or tools to reduce our manual effort, it is called as automation testing. Now let's see, why do we need automation testing? Manual testing is always error prone. By using automation testing, we reduce the manual intervention, and so the quality is automatically improved. Automation testing is scalable. For example, if we have to test some features with multiple test data, manual testing will take a lot of time. By automation, it can be done within minutes. Let's understand this by an example. Like in a company, we have around 50 test cases which we deliver in one day. Now, if we have to deliver 1,000 test cases in 5 days, it will be a difficult task if it is done manually. Automation testing can make it possible, and we can deliver the test cases in time. So without increasing the number of resources and also saving the time to train those resources, we can achieve our target. With agile practices coming in, we have a lot of frequent and short delivery cycles. So automation testing plays a very crucial role. For automation, let's see some basic steps that are required irrespective of any tool we opt for. So step 1 will be locate the elements in the HTML DOM structure. So as shown in the picture below, we want to automate this Google search. So first of all, we need to locate this text box, which is nothing but a web element in the HTML DOM structure. In the later slides, we'll see how we can, what is the process of locating that in detail. In step 2, once we have located that web element, we'll apply an action over it. So here we are passing a test data in the text box here in the picture below, and then clicking on the search button. So these are the actions that we have to apply. And step 3 is executing the script. Now we are in a good position to understand Selenium. So let's start with the introduction to Selenium. Selenium is a set of tools that is widely used for web application testing. Using Selenium, we can create an efficient test automation framework for our web application. For any web application testing, we need to locate the web element and then apply an operation over it. The way that we have seen in the previous slide. Selenium offers a wide variety of options to locate and apply operations over them. It supports multiple browsers like Firefox, Chrome, Safari, Edge, and even the headless browsers can be automated. The good news is that it is open source. So we save a lot of licensing cost by using Selenium. It supports multiple operating systems like Ubuntu, Linux, Windows, macOS, and so on. So now let's see the Selenium features concisely in this one slide. So these are the different features in the diagram shown below. It provides efficient testing solution for web application. It is an open source tool. It supports multiple operating systems. It supports multiple browsers. It supports multiple programming language. So we can choose the language that we are comfortable with. It supports Java, C#, Perl, Ruby, and so on. Using Selenium with TestNG, we can write complex testing integration frameworks. Let's talk about the advantages of Selenium. It is completely free, so it saves a lot of cost. We can use it for any browser, operating system, and choose the programming language of our choice. Advanced scripting can be done over Selenium. We can implement advanced automation framework using TestNG. It can be integrated with Jenkins, Maven, and so on, and other tools to set up the CI/CD framework. Now let's talk about the Selenium components. Selenium is a set of tools. It is called a Selenium suite. Each of the component has a specific role to play. Let's see the different components that forms the Selenium suite. In this picture below, we can see the various components of the Selenium suite. First is the Selenium IDE. Then comes the Selenium RC or the Selenium remote control. This is now a deprecated tool. Then came the Webdriver and then Selenium Grid. Selenium RC and Webdriver were later together merged to form Selenium 2.0, and now the latest version updated is Selenium 3.0. We'll talk about different tools in the later slides. Now first let's talk about Selenium IDE. Selenium IDE is a GUI based tool. It has record and replay functionality. No programming or coding is required. It is very user-friendly tool. It is added as a plugin to your web browser. So using Selenium IDE, we can record the steps that we want to automate for web testing. They are recorded as test cases or test suites. We can then play them for automation testing. In the diagram below, Selenium IDE internally converts it into Selenium code, that is the JavaScript, which is executed over the web application. We can export the Selenium test cases as Java or C# or HTML scripts. Now let's see the steps to make a setup for Selenium IDE. Selenium IDE can be downloaded from the link mentioned below in the presentation. It is added as a plugin to your web browser. As shown in the picture below, you can get a link like this, and once we click on this, it will be added as a plugin to your browser and an icon will be shown in your web browser. By clicking on that icon, you can launch the IDE. Once launched, the look and feel will look like this as shown in the picture below. Let's see a demo to see how the record and playback can be done using the Selenium IDE. Let's have a demo for that. Let's understand the different parts of IDE and then start with the demo. So this is the test explorer, which will have all our test cases. This red button is to start and stop our recording. This is the place where we write the URL. And here all the commands would be recorded once we start the recording. So we have used the Techcanvass web page. So I'll click on this and start the recording. I've opened the web browser. Then I'll click on web page navigation. I'll click on corporate training. And then I'll check for this page title. I'll stop the recording for now. And as a third step, I'll write some command of assert tech assert title. Check the title of the web page, and let's see what is the title of this web page. I'll click here and the web page title will be highlighted. So here, Corporate Training Division is the web page title. I'll copy it. Put it in the target part. So this is my test case. I'll rename that test case. Now I'll play it. So it has opened and all the test cases have been executed successfully, and so we can see the green part and also the status of our test case, run and failure. Failure is 0. So this is all about our IDE. Selenium RC supports a lot of many programming languages. We can apply logic, so it is better than Selenium IDE. In this diagram below, we explain the architecture of Selenium RC or Selenium Remote Control. So the steps are, first, we need to launch the Selenium RC server, which is shown in the diagram here. So Selenium RC server will help in interaction of Selenium commands with the web browser. So on the right hand side, these are the web browsers. On the left hand side are the Selenium commands which we have written in any programming language. The test scripts written in Java, Python, etc. are sent to Selenium RC server over the HTTP protocol. RC server will inject the JavaScript command, that is Selenium code, into the browser over the HTTP again. Now the browser will obey all the instructions which are relayed by the RC server from your program. Then in the list of Selenium suite components, we have Selenium Webdriver. It was evolved after the Selenium RC. This had very powerful automated framework that could control the browser from operating system level. Unlike IDE, we can execute the test cases on a variety of browsers. We can do advanced scripting, apply logic using the programming languages of our choice. It has browser-specific drivers. Selenium WebDriver is also different from Selenium RC. We need not do an extra hop of server. It directly interacts with browser, and so it is much faster and efficient, and its API are very simple to use. So finally, Selenium team merged the Selenium RC and WebDriver, and now it is called as Selenium 2 with the base of Selenium WebDriver. In this slide, all the browsers which are supported by Selenium WebDriver are shown. So we can see it supports wide variety of browsers like Firefox, IE, Safari, Chrome, the headless browsers. Then in the list comes the Selenium Grid. It was developed to cater the needs of the distributed environment, where we require the test cases to be executed in parallel on different machines to save a lot of time. It uses the hub node architecture. The architecture is shown in this slide, where in the center there's a hub, and these all are the different nodes. So here, the different nodes are configured with different operating system and different browser as well. So this is an Android. Here it is IE on Windows XP. Here it is Firefox on Ubuntu. And in Node 4, we have Safari on macOS. So the same set of test cases are executed in parallel on all the 4 nodes at the same time. Now we'll talk about Selenium 3.0. Selenium 3.0 is the higher version which came after Selenium 2.0. Let's see what's new in Selenium 3.0. In Selenium 3.0, modern browser compatibilities are present. Various bug fixes were delivered in this higher version. It is better in terms of stability and performance as compared to Selenium 2.0. In Selenium Grid part also, we have lot many improvements as compared to the older version. Selenium Core is removed now from Selenium 3.0. Improvement in exporting of tests from IDE is also done. Selenium RC is deprecated, but some backend support is present for Selenium RC. And further talking about Selenium 3.0, there have been changes in terms of Firefox configuration. Now we need Gecko driver libraries for Firefox version 48 onwards. There have been new methods and classes which are added in Selenium Java WebDriver classes. Let's talk about the advantages of Selenium, as in why we should use Selenium for our automation testing. First, it is completely free, so it saves a lot of licensing cost. We can use wide variety of browsers, operating system, and choose any programming language of our choice. Advanced test automation frameworks can be implemented. It can be integrated with TestNG, Maven, and for CID setup, it can be integrated with Jenkins as well. Data-driven testing, keyword-driven testing, all can be implemented very smoothly in Selenium. It has a huge community for technical support and guidance to migrate from Selenium 2.0 to 3.0. If we are using Firefox version 48 onwards, we need Gecko driver libraries. In Grid, some configuration changes need to be done. Core is removed from Selenium 3.0, so now we need to download Selenium HTML runner jar files. These are basically on a high level the changes which need to be done when we are migrating from Selenium 2.0 to 3.0. Now we will see about the different Selenium terminologies that are used for the Selenium scripting. So first, let's talk about WebDriver. Here in this tutorial, we would be using Java as a programming language for Selenium scripting. So first, let's talk about WebDriver class. WebDriver provides a good programming interface. It supports dynamic web pages. It provides various APIs to implement a good test automation for web application. WebDriver is very specific to the browsers. It controls the browser at operating system level. So no JavaScript is injected in the browser when we are using WebDriver. Web elements are the HTML elements of the web page. So for automation, we need to locate the web elements and then apply actions or operations over them. In WebDriver, WebElement class signifies the web element of the web page, and we apply operations over them like here or is enabled, etc. Next is the locators. Locators are used to locate the web elements in the web page. It is done over the WebDriver instance or on the web element. Let's have a look on the Selenium basic commands that will be used in a basic Selenium scripting. So first step would be instantiate the WebDriver object as per the browser, which is defined in the first statement here. Since I'm using Firefox, so I have used WebDriver driver is equals to new Firefox driver. And in that, we have to define the exe where we have downloaded the Firefox driver. We have to give that particular path. Second is the get command to access the URL on which we wish to automate our testing. Next is the web. We need to define the web element. Next, we use locator to find the web element using the find element method. Find element method takes by strategies to locate the web element as defined here. So this is the by strategy. So here we are using ID to find the element. And last but not the least is driver.close, which is used to close the browser. Now let's talk about the by strategies. We can locate the web elements by various strategies. These are called as by strategies. The web element can be defined in various manners in the HTML DOM structure. Like the ID can be defined, or the class name can be defined, or we have particular CSS or an XPath or by name and so on. So we can locate the web element on these particular ways. So we have different by strategies accordingly. So we have by ID, by name, by XPath, by CSS, and so on. So we can use the appropriate by strategy according to the usage or the requirement. So this was all about the first tutorial of Selenium Introduction. Thanks for listening patiently. Let me know if you have any questions. You can put down or mail us. Thanks for watching.